What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another great episode of the Sick Podcast, Rams Recap. We got a lot to cover today. The Bills are on the menu today. This is a huge game. So, Sammy, hit the intro.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to the Sick Podcast. Rams Recap with LaQuan Jones.
They rush forward. Burrow to throw for it. He's hit. He's hit. He's sacked. He throws it away. He flings it away on fourth down. Aaron Donald got there, and you can build that man's statue out SoFi Stadium right now. The greatest of all time on defense does it in the biggest moment of Super Bowl 56.
The sickest Los Angeles Rams podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Listen, this week is so important. I cannot stress this enough. The Buffalo Bills are coming to town. This game will define if I can come up here on this podcast, on this mic, and say that the Rams are dangerous again, because it's so important that we go in there with one game plan. And I mean literally one game plan. And is to run the ball. That's it. I want to run the ball. There's no other way to punch this Bills defense in the mouth than running the ball with a 1 and 2. Kyren Williams and Blake Corum. This needs to be done early and often against this Bills defense. This is where the weakness is. This is where we can win this game and set the tone for the rest of the regular season that we are actually the most dangerous team in the NFL. You do not want to come to LA and play the Rams. You do not want LA coming to you playing the Rams, because you will take the meanest of L's. And last week was a flash, just a little taste of how dangerous we can be in the fight that we still got. The Saints were just a game that we need to just test our strengths. Like, we just need to go out there. We just got our powers back and see how strong we actually are. And there is so much more ceiling to what this Rams offense could be. Now, I'm looking at this game plan with Sean McVay. McVay, if you happen to come across this crazy podcast of a passionate Rams fan from New Jersey, just understand, just run the ball. If there was an amount of pass plays that you wanted to have on Sunday, let's make sure it's under 20. Like, I want Matthew Stafford to have a total of 20 pass attempts with like 16 completions. Fantasy managers, I'm sorry. If Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua put up duds this weekend, I'm okay with that, because then I know that Kyren Williams and Blake Corum at least have almost 200 rushing yards. That's how we win this game. The Buffalo Bills' weakness is against the run. They have allowed a ton of explosive plays this season at the highest rate in the NFL as per Next Gen Stats. So you're looking at last week how successful we were on the ground against the Saints. That was the Rams' best rushing performance since last season. And it just happens to happen when Kyren Williams has a season low in snaps and Blake Corum has a season high in snaps. When you get that concoction, you get the best rushing performance. You get our most explosive performance this season as well. 6 explosive runs by our running backs, 5 of them coming from Kyren, but that doesn't matter. When you have this 1-2 punch, I see so many other teams out there in the NFL right now. You see, Tyler Algier and Bijan, they're sharing. That should be the floor in usage of what we want out of Blake Corum and Kyren Williams. We know these two guys are one of the most explosive duos. We know it. We're just bottling them up, waiting until now. It's like a slingshot, I guess, that we're waiting to just hit teams in the mouth with this 1-2 punch. But we need to see the dream scenario of them getting usage like Sonic and Knuckles, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, why can't Kyren Williams and Blake Corum get that usage and they be Metal Sonic and Shadow? I don't know. Let us be the villains, because we're so dangerous. We want to be back to that Super Bowl run of how dangerous this offense was. I'm telling you, we want to be known as the Mob Squad again. And I think right now, this could be the game that we can get it done against this Bills defense. They're not as scary as they are on paper, them going out there winning games and Josh Allen playing his MVP game. Like it's up there. It's up and it's stuck. And we understand that this Bills team, they're hot right now. They think they're untouchable, but they're coming to LA where it's dangerous. They got to check in when they come here. And that's the tone we need to set for the rest of the season. This is what we need to do. Run the ball, McVay. Please, I'm begging you. That's all us Rams fans want against the Bills. Why not set the tone again on the ground? See, you hear the cops. We're in LA right now. That's how dangerous we are, and that's how dangerous we can be on Sunday. We need to get into game plan here that we get Blake Corum and Kyren Williams on early downs. No more third downs where it's 3rd and 4. Like we're shifting into my frustration and venting portion. I said this on earlier this week episode. Third downs can be converted if we run the ball. There's too many times it's like 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 4, and we're shooting for the end zone, or we're doing a long ball to DeMarcus Robinson or to Puka Nacua down the sideline, and it's a waste of a down. We're not converting. I know Kyren can get those yards, and he can get those yards if you give him the opportunity. Now we're looking at the Bills. You can run the ball efficiently. 4.9 yards per carry is what they're allowing on defense on the ground. That's the 3rd highest yards per carry in the league this season. We can get this done. There needs to be no other game plan, nothing else. I don't care if Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp have mid games. They're still going to be effective. I mean, you can't name a better wide receiver duo. I mean, come on. We can convert on 3rd down if we have them play a little bit short to the sticks, if it's 3rd and long, because we know we have 2 yak monsters that can get those first downs, utilize their best abilities. Not saying, McVay doesn't know what he's doing or anything like that. I don't want to come off and sound like that. Like I know what to do. We have the best coach in the league, but I'm just saying some of my frustrations are just what I've been seeing. But it's more so this game will set the tone for everybody in the league of how dangerous we are. I'm going to keep saying this word dangerous because I think we come out with a win. I'm confident actually that we come out with a win when they come to LA on Sunday. Like there's no other way to get this game in the books as a W. Run the ball. Run the ball. That's it. That's all I want to see on 1st and 2nd down. So we can set the tone, and then we face those 40 whiners. They're broken on Thursday Night Football. We get them out of the way. Then we got the Jets, and then we already know how broken they are. Like they're done. They're toast. Like they're playing for nothing. And then we have our division rivals and the Cardinals and the Seahawks to wrap up the regular season. Why aren't these automatic W's? We already smacked around the Seahawks. We already found out the Cardinals are sus. Like they can't even get one of their best prospects the ball. I mean, he's averaging 50 yards per game. Like he has the lowest completion percentage when Kyler Murray is targeting him on the team. It's real nasty work. We can get this division locked up very early. We can put it to bed if once we go into Sunday and set the tone, the rest of the teams coming our way or we're going there to them, they will not be able to even think that they can come out of that stadium with a win against the Rams. How good our defense is playing. Highlight Omar Speights again. He's going to show up on this pod every single week the way he's been playing. He almost had an interception last week. I wanted that interception for him so bad, right through the hands. But he had 10 tackles with a pass deflection. This dude showed up and showed out. That's what I'm talking about. Each and every week, we're having our defense get highlighted. And speaking about our defense, we have a new corner in Emmanuel Forbes, a former first rounder. Now, I understand. I've seen the comments when we did sign him, and then you saw the video of him at practice. Like, people were like, he's got to eat. The dude's skinny. Like, what are we doing? Listen, a little bit about Emmanuel Forbes coming out of college. His hype was real. I mean, he was known for the pick sixes. He's a freaking ball hawk. He's hella fast. These are things that give him the qualities that I think the Rams, they could fix him because we fix plenty of players. Like, we fixed Odell Beckham. We did that. We fixed Baker Mayfield. We did that. Revived Von Miller's, I would say, almost dead career due to injuries, but Von Miller, he counts. Like, we've taken guys in like Leonard Floyd, Dante Fowler. They've went on and got more opportunities. Leonard Floyd, I really wish he would have stayed, but it's dangerous in the trenches again. But like I said, Emmanuel Forbes is an addition that I think it's a sneaky pickup. One, he's 6 foot. He's taller than Darius Williams. I mean, look, he already becomes like the second tallest. I know Quentin Lake is up there too in size as well, but Witherspoon, I mean. But overall, we need length, pause. We need wingspan. Like, this is what he brings to the table. He's hella quick. He plays off the ball. I know Dan Quinn and the Commanders, they play off coverage a lot, and so do the Rams at a high percentage. But I really feel like his freaking rookie year was just a mess. That Commanders defense was disgusting. So what are we expecting from a rookie to really develop from that? And then Dan Quinn comes in, new guys come in, et cetera, et cetera. You lose your rookie confidence. I think we could fix Emmanuel Forbes, and here's why. We need somebody that's going to be disruptive. With his wingspan, that's what we need. We need DBs that are going to be able to be disruptive, playing off coverage, and just sit around and wait for guys to try to make a move on him. And with his wingspan and his speed, he's able to come across the middle and be disruptive and get an arm in there and take that away in coverage. That's what we need. We need some interceptions as well. We need to bring that back to the defense. I mean, back to the days we had Jack Rabbit and Janoris Jenkins and Tremaine Johnson getting tons of picks. It was a competition between them, locking down the perimeter. So that's what we need back on this defense. Like, we can't rely on our young safeties to just be the only ones getting takeaways. So I think he brings the spark, that we need right now. And look, he's coming from the East Coast. That weather on the East Coast is, and you come to the West Coast, you come to LA, it brings a new life. It's a fresh start. So I think a lot of fresh start gems, we turned into like some good opportunities for these players. So I think more so, like, don't kill the guy because he weighs 48 pounds. I mean, he's still one of those guys out there. He's still one of the first round picks that, he could walk around and, let his nuts drag a little bit. Like, yeah, I'm a first round pick, and I still think that talent is in there. So that, the online jokes are hilarious, but come on, we got to support our players. What are we doing as Rams fans? Like, come on, guys, we got to cut that out. But man, I didn't even talk about the Bill side of it, like how our defense are going to stop them, but more so, we just got to contain Josh Allen. Simple as that. Keep the magic in a bottle. Like, don't let him get out of the pocket and start getting wild on us. Because as you know, the Rams defense, we kind of struggle against, mobile quarterbacks. I mean, that's going back for some time now, and it just is what it is. But more so, I think if we take away Josh Allen's weapons, a.k.a. James Cook, because the Rams are getting completely cooked on the ground. I mean, the 5th most rushing yards per game right now that we're allowing, guys. It's real nasty work. 144 yards. Like, what are we doing? We got to clean that up. And, in the last couple of weeks, we've been getting cut up by Saquon. Alvin Kamara had a great day. Like, it is what it is. And look, James Cook is coming off of a heater right now, just putting up 107 yards on the 49ers, which is the most they've had in the last 3 seasons in the game, by the way. I mean, we can go back to the 4th season as well, where he tied Jonathan Taylor. That's a lot of like yards that he put up on them. That was out of character. So he is on a high right now of being hella efficient and very lethal. So we need to contain him as well in that run game, because the game could get really out of control if we get James Cook and Josh Allen, in their 1-2 tandem of running the ball on us and extending plays. I mean, look, I think we can take out a Keon Coleman if he plays. I think we could take out a Matt Collins out of the game to be the, sneaky underdog guy out there that makes those huge plays. And the dude does not wear shoes in the snow. So something's off about him. Like, he's dangerous as well. I mean, I'm surprised. Yeah, I'll leave that alone. So he's not all the way up there. That's all I'm going to say, because he does some weird things, but you should check out his TikTok. He does some really cool things for the kids. He does like science projects and stuff. But overall, there are going to be keys to victory, and then there's going to be keys to mistakes that lead us to basically getting that L in that checkbox. And like I said, to contain Josh Allen, James Cook, those are the only 2 people I'm worried about. I'm not really worried about Amari Cooper. Khalil Shakir might eat up the slot. I really feel as though it's fine. There's plenty of games where he's gotten loose and stuff like that, but that doesn't define, their outcome of games. I think we could really win this game if we go out there and handle business on both fronts. Just run the ball, McVay. I want 60 rushing attempts on Sunday, 60, and 18 pass attempts for Matthew Stafford. Like, I just want us to be just on the same page, like as Rams fans here. Like we just want to run the ball. We want to run the ball with Blake Corum and Kyren Williams. We want the 1-2 punch. This is the only way we can go out there and punch that Bills defense in the mouth. Is the 1 and 2. Metal Sonic and Shadow. Like get that usage up there with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. I honestly think it will be beneficial for this rushing offense, man. And honestly, you got to look at the schedule after this. This where we could breathe and like, okay, we can flow through this. I'm not worried about the Jets, the 49ers, the Seahawks, Cardinals. No, they're sus. They're sus. We got this. We could just mark them off as a W once we clear this up right here. This Sunday, Bills, Rams, please let's get this W. So before I get out of here, I want to make sure you guys like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get these subs up. Make sure you guys check me out on all social media platforms at Real Deal Fantasy and even on Blue Sky. Blue Sky is pretty nice over there. So check me out over there at LaQuan Jones as well. And pretty sure you type it up, it's probably only going to be one person that exists on that app with LaQuan Jones. I'd be very surprised if there's multiple of us. I'm sure on other apps and Google and etc. there's multiples. But anyway, I'm getting out of here. So please make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow me on all social media platforms. And we're out of here.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Rams Recap with LaQuan Jones on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.